hey, this is the biggest bag of rats in the history of bags of rats.
Isn't it great? It is a
wonderful bag of rats.
Yeah.
It is a bulging, squirming, squealing bag of rats.
Who do you think our mystery date's going to be?
George Santos. The whole thing has been a setup. This entire run.
It's funny.
To make people, to divert people's attention from the fact that he's really a political genius.
You're right. Sometime this week, Kevin McCarthy, an amiable, if largely invertebrate career politician from Bakersfield, will offer himself up as a human sacrifice to the barbarian tribes of the Republican caucus in the House of Representatives. You said McCarthy wants to be Speaker of the House of Representatives. Nero didn't want to be emperor as much as McCarthy wants to be Speaker.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever witnessed such sweaty desperation, have we?
Oh, my Lord. How about that, huh? And he's already moved his stuff into the office.
Right.
Which is great because there's going to be video of him having to move all the stuff out of the office.
Who tweeted? Oh, Norm Eisen said, McCarthy will do anything for the job. Now he's offering to gut the ethics oversight of the new majority. Isn't that the exact opposite of the way most people want to start a new tenure? I mean,
not just that. He's also volunteering. If they make him Speaker, he'll let them undo him as Speaker.
Right. Anytime they want. Yeah. That's going to be really fun to watch. You said,
I'll elect me Speaker so you can fire me. Brilliant.
Noted historian of the Stephanie Miller Show, Charlie Pierce, notes only 14 elections for Speaker have gone to multiple ballots. The last of them occurred in 1923, the only time it's happened since the Civil War. You said, I don't think I want to know what McCarthy's going to have to do in order to get the votes he needs. I hope he has a strong thorax. Yeah, I mean, how many days or ballots do you think this is going to go?
Well, I think it's certainly going to go at least 2 ballots.
Right.
I don't see any way around that. And of course, the really wonderful, marvelous thing about it is that his fate lies in the hands of at least one person who's under criminal referral to the Department of Justice.
Yeah. I still wonder if those shoes are going to drop, Charlie, as hopefully the DOJ moves forward. Like, aren't some of these members of Congress, potentially going to get indicted?
Well, they've already pulled a punch on some of them by just referring some of them to the Ethics Committee, which, by the way, the Republican caucus is threatening now to dissolve.
Right.
That to me was the one hole in the wonderful performance of the January 6th committee is that it concentrated so much on the former president that it let some people slide.
Yeah.
I mean, there really were failures of security that day.
Yeah.
And, Ginny Thomas is apparently going to come out of this unscathed. The other members of Congress are going to come out of this unscathed.
Yeah, that's what I was saying yesterday, that, I just feel like there are, I think Liz Cheney, we love how, focused she's been on Trump, but I think you're right. Like, she likes the balance of power on the Supreme Court.
Yeah, I've never been a Liz Cheney fan, as you know.
Yeah.
I think that I think a lot of what she does was to preserve the possibility of Trumpism without Trump.
Yeah. Well, as you know, I'm a noted fair weather friend. For instance, someone tweeted yesterday, you were talking a lot of crap about the Rams last year. What's happened? I'm just a fair weather friend.
The Niners
they
doing
suck
very
now,
well,
so I don't care.
Yeah, and I'd like to commend, by the way, once again, the New York Democratic Party for the fine job they did in the midterms.
Yeah.
This guy lied, and apparently all of this stuff was pretty well known in New York. And the Democratic Party of New York decided not to use any of it.
Somebody tweeted yesterday they blame local journalism just getting gutted. In terms of why it wasn't.
There's no question about it. Yeah. I mean, there's just nobody. I mean, hardly anybody. I don't know how many newspapers in New York still have State House bureaus.
Yeah.
I really don't know. I know the Post has a one-man bureau that it's had for years, but
Well, quite
I
honest.
don't know that. I assume the Times does.
Yeah,
But-
Chris was saying that the New York Times could have done it. But I do think that I have to tell you, I remember when my dad was in office, they did a lot of frankly investigations. There was a lot of local reporting done.
Yeah.
At that time,
Yeah.
and I'm just saying I think that it's true. There are a lot. They're down to skeleton crews. So
The Times isn't though.
Yeah,
The
I get
Times
it. But what I'm
covers
saying is
Long Island. Newsday covers
Yeah,
Long
but
Island too.
nobody in New York reads the Times for local coverage.
True.
I mean, they read
But
the
they were
Times to
reporting
learn
on it
about the
after
world.
it happened. They could have reported on it before the election,
Yeah.
Oh, there's no question about that. Yeah,
and that is their failing.
As I said, my understanding is that there was an opposition research file at the DCCC
Yep.
that had a lot of this stuff in it.
Yeah.
But it never got acted on.
Yeah, that is, well, okay. By the way, speaking of Russian influence, you said, does any influential Russian ever just trip and fall without going out a window? Yes.
Seriously,
Yeah, was this the Sausage King? Who was this, the latest?
Trip over the coffee table and land on the dog? I mean, is every fall in Russia like 15 stories?
Yeah,
Yes.
apparently.
Yes.
Apparently. Maybe that's what will happen to George Santos. Who knows? Yeah. Okay. You also tweeted about Cassidy Hutchinson. Hutchinson's revelations depict Camp Runamuck in full meltdown, scrambling to overturn the election, mainly because if they'd managed to do it, all the other crimes and misdemeanors would go unpunished for at least a couple of years. I mean, Charlie, we haven't talked in a couple of weeks. I don't know what you think are the most damning revelations, because we're all so numb. There's been so many of them, right? Between his taxes, the J6 report. What do you find the biggest bombshells?
Well, I mean, it's an artillery barrage. I mean, I don't know what you're going to, I don't know what you're going to, I've been sort of attaching myself to the weird little things that are coming out now.
Like what?
The very strange little sideshows. My money is still on Fannie Wills down in Georgia.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think that one's still on the tracks. And I think that ultimately the phony elector scheme is going to be the Rosetta Stone for everything else.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can make a case for the former president's active participation in the riot. I mean, that's a hard case to make.
Yeah.
But
there's
no question that his entire political operation was focused on getting Raffensperger to change his mind.
Yep.
Yeah. But also the classified documents seem so slam dunk to me.
Yeah, that's that I kind of played that off because it seemed like a sidelight, but it seems like the investigators are taking it much more seriously than a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Basically, because we haven't heard very much from them
Right.
about it.
Yeah.
And there doesn't seem to be a proper fall guy for that one.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way you can tell me that some aide acting on his own hid classified material in the pool house at Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Charlie, I loved your New Year's tweet. You said, Happy New Year to all the mooks at sea. May there be joy and light and righteous reckoning and pie. I think that's important to add pie. Pie! I do. I feel happy clappy. I feel like it's going to be the year of accountability, of justice.
Well, I just want to watch the entertaining clown show today. That's just going to be wonderful.
All the popcorn.
Yeah,
all the popcorn.
Oh, man.
There
is not enough. Orville Rettenbacher did not do enough work to keep me satisfied today.